فَزِعَ مَنْ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. On the day the trumpet will be blown, everyone in the heavens and earth will be alarmed, shocked, frightened. This is faza'a. Faza'a means to be frightened because of something. So this is nafkhatu al-faza'. The second one, nafkhatu al-sa'iq. The nafkha of falling unconscious or dead, or basically, those that are alive will be dead. So sa'iq means you lose consciousness. So nafkhatu al-sa'iq. Where is nafkhatu al-sa'iq mentioned? I just quoted it 2 minutes ago. Surah Az-Zumar. Surah Az-Zumar. That Allah says that وَنُفِخَ فِي الصُّورِ فَصَعِقَ مَنْ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَنْ فِي الْأَرْضِ. It's explicit. And the third one is also mentioned in Zumar. ثُمَّ نُفِخَ فِي أُخْرَى فَإِذَا هُمْ قِيَامٌ نَفْخَةُ الْقِيَامِ. So we have نَفْخَةُ الْفَزَعِ, نَفْخَةُ الصَّعِقِ, and نَفْخَةُ الْقِيَامِ. What this means, this group says, there will be a trumpet that will terrify all of mankind. Shortly after will be another trumpet that will kill all of mankind. Then there will be the third trumpet that will resurrect all of mankind. Okay, this is their ordering, 1, 2, and 3. And their main evidence for this is a very explicit hadith, which is found in one of the most tertiary works of hadith. When I say tertiary, what do I mean? I mean they're not the main, the ummahat, they're not the main books. The main books, you should know what they are. They are the Kutub al-Sitta, the 6 books of hadith, along with Musnad Imam Ahmad and the Muwatta of Imam Malik, and some have added the Sunan of Ad-Darimi and Ad-Daraqutni. These are like the main books of hadith. But in that first 3, 4, 500 years, there were hundreds of people, hundreds, not dozens, who attempted to compile original hadith. And some of them were not very good at doing that, and they didn't really do their job properly, or they didn't care about who they're narrating from. So these are called the tertiary books. Generally speaking, you will find in them some interesting stuff, some authentic, and some very bizarre hadith, which are clearly not from the Prophet ﷺ, fabricated or very weak or not. And so one of these is a hadith, quote-unquote hadith, that is so long, it's literally, no exaggeration, 4 or 5 pages long. And it describes in vivid detail Judgment Day from beginning to end, in vivid detail. Then this is going to happen, then this is going to happen, then this is going to... And it's beautiful, because here you have a hadith that describes everything. But you see, when you come across such a hadith, automatically there should be alarm bells running. It's too good to be true, as they say. It's too much information, too much vivid detail. This appears to be of the folklore, of the genre of qassasun, those that would tell tales. But there are phrases in it that are authentic. And Ibn Kathir, in his book Al-Bidayah wa Nihaya, he mentions this whole hadith in its entirety. And then he says, this hadith is well known. In his time, everybody knew it. But it is very strange. Well known means it's always narrated. Well known does not mean it's authentic. This hadith is just like I can say, seek knowledge even if you have to go to China. This is a well-known fabricated hadith. Our Prophet never said it. This is complete fabrication. It's well known as a fabrication. But it is well known. People know it as a hadith, but it's not a hadith. So Ibn Kathir is saying this is a well-known but very strange, gharib jiddan. And here this means it's very weak. Gharib jiddan, even though there are phrases in it that are authentic, and then he goes on and he basically rejects it. In this hadith, it's very long, that the Prophet ﷺ allegedly said, there shall be وَيُنْفَخُ فِي ثَلَاث نَفَخَاتٍ. It's explicit in this version. There shall be 3 blowings of the trumpet. The nafkhat al-faza' and the nafkha of sa'iq and the nafkha of qiyam. It's literally listed out. And so based upon this, the people extracted and they said there are 3 nafkhas. And the other position is that there are only 2 nafkhas. There's only 2. And this group says the trumpet will be blown and the people who hear it will be terrified and then die. That's 1. So what they've done, they've taken 1 and 2 of the previous category and done what? Put it together. So the nafkhatul faza' and the nafkhatul sa'iq is the same. So maybe when you first hear the trumpet, you're terrified. By the time it's finished, you are not even there. Okay? So they combine the two together. And then they say the second one is the nafkhatul qiyam. And this is the position of Imam al-Qurtubi, and before him al-Qushayri, and after him Ibn Hajar. It also appears to be the position of Ibn Abbas and Qatada and Hassan al-Basri and many of the tabi'un. And in my humble opinion, it is clearly the stronger position for many reasons. Of them is that there's nothing to prove the first opinion. Nothing. There's nothing explicit. And of them, there's plenty that indicates two and exactly two. Of them. So we're going to mention, if you bear with me, we'll mention this so that we move on, inshallah. Okay, because I don't want to come back to this. I will mention how many evidence. Today I compiled 6 evidences. These are 6 evidences we have. Okay, number 1. The first evidence, which is the most explicit. Who can tell me? Which verse in the Quran? Zumar, very good. Zumar is the most explicit. Because Allah says, then it shall be blown ukhra, again. And you only say again, or you generally, as you say, when do you say again? Generally it is to the second time. And then it stopped, that's it. Right? So that's Surah Al-Zumar. The second evidence is Surah Yasin, which also mentions indirectly two. ما ينظرون إلا صيحة واحدة تأخذهم وهم يخصمون. They're only waiting for one loud shout while they're still arguing over it. فَلَا يَسْتَطِيعُونَ تَوْصِيَةً وَلَا إِلَىٰ أَهْلِهِمْ يَرْجِعُونَ وَنُفِخَ فِي الصُّورِ فَإِذَا هُمْ مِنَ الْأَجْدَاثِ إِلَى رَبِّهِمْ يَنْسِلُونَ. Then the trumpet will be blown and they're going to be coming out of their graves. So notice Allah says, صَيْحَةً وَاحِدَةً. Then Allah says, وَنُفِخَ فِي الصُّورِ. 2. This is very, again, clear. Okay, and the second one is being resurrected. And the first one, Allah is saying, just wait until you hear that trumpet. This is about the death. Then the second one, the resurrection. Is pretty clear, Surah Yasin. The third evidence, Surah An-Nazi'at. Surah An-Nazi'at. يَوْمَ تَرْجُفُ الرَّاجِفَةِ تَتْبَعُهَا الرَّادِفَةِ. And Rajifa and Radifa are loud sounds, terrifying noises. So the day that the Rajifa that terrifies you is going to be done, it shall be followed by tatba'uha, again, second time, ar-radifa. Ibn Abbas said that the first shall follow the second. Ar-rajifa is the first trumpet being blown, and this ar-radifa is the second time the trumpet is blown. He explicitly said this. And Hassan al-Basri said that there are 2 nafkhatans. The first one of them, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will cause the living to die, and the second one, Allah will cause the dead to become alive. And he quoted this verse, يَوْمَ تَرْجُفَ الرَّاجِفَةِ تَتْبَعُهَا الرَّادِفَةِ. So this is the third evidence, Surah An-Nazi'at, that it seems very clear that it's going to be 2. The